it's time to get a little bit funky and centering. Make his way to the squared circle. Arguably Australia's greatest ever kickboxer. He was our first ever world kickboxing champion. A man who has not stepped into centering for 4 years. With Rick Kulu in his corner, the legendary Alex Toohey. You talk about greatness, fighter, and you talk about Alex Toohey, Hammer.
Well, certainly Alex Toohey, actually he's a man, I've said it before, responsible for getting me into the sport, to the fight game. Watched a video of Alex fighting a Thai in New Zealand many years ago, and I was so blown away by it. And I swapped from Kyokushin full contact karate over to Thai boxing. I thought, this is the real stuff here, what this guy with the big afro is doing. Well, Alex has lost the afro, and I'm now pretty much retired, so that's history now.
And make his way to centering wearing the traditional Thai mudcon. All the way from Queensland, it's Brad Hull. Bad Brad Hull stepping over the top ropes, a la all Muay Thai stylists. And he's set for 3x3 against the legend Alex Toohey. It's gonna be an absolute rib cracker. Well, all is in readiness now for a fight that Australian fans have been waiting for 4 years, Hammer. The much anticipated and much touted return of Alex Toohey. And I tell you what, Toohey is ripped and buffed here tonight.
I'll tell you what, for someone in his latter 30s, I believe.
What a physique
He's
on the
looking
guy.
good, isn't he?
Okay. Look at the size of the earthworms in his arms.
You're both aware of the rules.
Tell you what, and Rick Cooley there, looking on proudly. Rick Cooley will be doing the corner for Alex.
A ring full of legends, not only Dave Hedgecock, but Alex Toohey and Rick Cooley. My word, Hammer.
I'll tell you what, but dodgy Brad Hull, he knows his stuff. And I tell you what, he'll put up a strong battle.
There's a lot of nostalgia here in centering.
Seconds down.
We're going to get a bit teary-eyed if Alex Toohey takes this one out here tonight, Hammer.
Well, you get teary-eyed if you drop the hat. Myself, I'll remain staunch.
The stoic-faced Hammer, as always. Oh, gut-munching front kick, a little dodgy move there.
Dodgy move, that's why they call him
Dodgy Brad Hull.
He's dodgy. Having another one.
And he's got the dodgy hairstyle too, Hammer. Look at those plaits. Unbelievable.
Oh, you can tell him that later, Michael.
Alex Toohey de-afroed in past years, but nonetheless, the legend. Now, will be interesting to see if he can shake the ring rust of 4 years, Alex Toohey, and turn on the goods here tonight. Nice round kick, clash of round kicks in the centre of the ring, and it was Toohey that came out the better. Outside thigh kick there by Brad Hull. Step up front kick off the lead leg.
Well, it would have to be at least, I'd say, 4 years since Toohey last stepped into the ring. Maybe a little more even.
Well, if I recall, 1997, when he went 5 rounds and lost the WKA title to Dale Westerman, Hammer.
Yes, so it has been a long layoff there for Toohey. It'll be interesting to see how he puts it all together. Obviously, sparring and is the closest thing you'll get to hopping in and fighting, but it's still a step down from the actual combat in the ring on a show.
Tarek Solak joining us again ringside. Great to see the legend Alex Toohey back in the ring. Well done for getting him back after 4 years.
Yes, and I'm actually a great fan of his. He used to fight before my days and during my days, and he's still fighting. And I retired 20 years ago, so he's doing very well. I got a lot of respect for Alex.
Tarek, we will give an indication of just how good Alex Toohey was in his heyday. One of only 2 men to defeat Ian Jacobs.
Yes, and not only defeated him, he knocked him out, and he also knocked out Cash Gill with a big punch. And there's a big punch there right now.
Well, Alex Toohey turning it on here on Brad Hull early on. Hull ties him up, trying to work the knees. Almost tucked one under the jaw of Toohey.
From memory, Alex Toohey was Australia's first ever world kickboxing champion.
He was the world junior middleweight champion, and he won it just before Stan Longanini's won his first world title.
Many world titles have come and go since, but what you're seeing, the man in the red shorts in centre ring, is Australia's first ever world champion.
Yes, indeed.
Of course, I got a lot of respect for Brad Hull, which took this fight on a very short notice, and because of the 2 ties being switched around, so I got a lot of...
Just rocking the head back there, the straight jab.
Well, there's Dodgy coming down from Queensland on short notice. You've got to take your hat off to him for that, but also just coming down for the cold weather. I personally take my hat off to him for that. Coming down to Melbourne from Queensland, nice and warm up there.
Clash of round kicks right on top of that Crazy John logo. Crazy John, of course, the major sponsor here tonight of K1 Max at the showroom.
Crazy John, Ultra Tune, Triple M. They're all getting behind the sport, Michael, and that's great to see.
Yeah.
Yes, we have a few new sponsors here, actually, boys. We've got Sadak Jewelry, which has 5 jewelry stores across Victoria. We have
Ultra Tune, I see, Tarek Solak.
Calypso Haulage, which is a national transport company. We have Ultra Tune, and we always have Triple M as one of our strong supporters.
Great to see a lot of big corporate sponsors getting behind K1 Max.
And the madman Crazy John. We can't do without him.
Yes,
You
indeed.
think your jewellery sponsor there could team me up one of those chunky gold chains that you wear, Tarek? You got about 10 of them around your neck. I'm sure one of them could go my way.
Actually, they're giving vouchers on the way in. If you grab the voucher, it's a 50% off voucher of any Sadak jewelry store.
Beautiful.
Just looking at that round, pretty much an even round. Tui really not doing too much, but when he was, it was effective. But Dodgy getting in with the knee strikes. Obviously, the Queensland boy coming from Queensland, they love their Thai rules up there. And Dodgy went to work with some good solid knee strikes. But all in all, an even first round. Good straight left there from Alex Tui, right through the guard of Dodgy Brad Hull. And it was just a good even up first round. But I think you'll see Tui getting more and more comfortable as the rounds progress.
We are ready to rock and roll in the second round of action. This is the K1 Max semi-finals coming at you from the Crown Showroom in Melbourne. The winner of this one will face Shane Chopper Chapman in the second semi-final. The first semi-final will be Mike Cope versus Prince Amir. Good front kick there by Brad Hull. Just a slip on that Crazy John logo there.
He picks the
by
front
Alex
kick well.
Tui.
He does pick the front kick well, Dodgy.
Tui moves forward again, just gets out of the way, winds up with a big right hand, drops down the body shot, does Tui. Dodge trying to work the body with the knees. Oh, the big right hand! He drops the big kibosh on Brad Hull!
That's the big one I was talking about all day long.
There it was, Emma!
5,
The big kibosh from Alex Tui, and he dropped him.
Big kibosh.
He's not washed out yet, is he?
Here comes Tui, he's back! The legendary Alex Tui is back in town, folks, and he's back with a bang.
Body shot.
And Hull is not lying down. He's come back with knees now on Tui. Another step-up jab there from Tui.
Straight left.
Those rock-solid
Tui
hands of the
possesses.
legend.
I tell you what, he really puts it right up the middle. That left hand does Tui.
Big knee to the head, came close, but no cigar for Brad Hull.
Brad Hull's guard is just way too low. Tui, obviously a very accomplished boxer as well, will drill those hands home every time. He has deceptively long reach, does Alex Tui, for this weight division.
Alex Tui on a demolition mission. He is here to prove that he is back, no doubt about it. And he has dropped Brad Hull once in this second round thus far.
Hull just carrying his guard low. He really has to sit that right hand on the jaw and catch those solid straight punches.
Beautiful left hook it was by Tui. Then Hull tied him up, trying to work the knee under the jaw. Nice short right uppercut in close there from Alex Tui. Half-hearted leg kick there from Hull, just not enough mustard behind it to do any real damage. Step up front kick, didn't find the target.
Well, Tui again landing that straight left on Hull.
Outside thigh kick by Hull. Tui moves forward again, trying for the looping, weaving left hand. Hull working the perimeter of the ring. Alex Tui controlling the centre of the ring thus far. Nice step-up lead right hand there from Tui.
Well, Dodgy's got to get it back. He's got to count in this round. He really needs to go to work, skirting the perimeter and chopping up shots. He's not going to do it for him.
Double slip down there, Tarek Solak. Alex Tui just doing what needs to be done, Tarek.
Yes, and I think Brett had a good high kick while Alex was slipping. He got him with a good high kick there.
Overhand right there by Alex Tui and another. Hull just ties him up. Tui turns him around. What power!
Oh, there's a knee to the face there. That one caught Tui via the lead knee of Hull.
I tell you what, as Tarek Solak said earlier on, Brad Hull taking this one on short notice, but he is coming up to fight. You can see the swelling and the reddened thighs of Brad Hull. He's taken a lot of leg kicks so far from Alex Tui.
He's landed
and a lot of
a few good
power in
ones
those leg
himself,
kicks.
though.
Just like the power you showed recently to break 2 baseball bats.
Well, the 2 baseball bat break last night, I did that one just, that's an annual thing that we do, Michael. Always good fun, couple of baseball bats. But back to centre ring.
Tarek Solak, impressive. Brad Hull.
Yes, I want to give 2 credits for the guys here, not just for how good they're fighting and they're all putting their hearts into it. Also, yesterday at the weigh-in, this being a cut-off 70-kilo limit, every one of them was under the limit, 69.95.
That's rare, isn't it?
I was very
Once
impressed
again
with that, and I respect them very much for that.
See Dodgy just going to work there with the knees on Tui. But that short right caught Brad Hull. and sent him down, tripping to the canvas. But in the knee range, certainly in the grapple and in knee strikes, dodgy Brad Hull is showing superior skills. But when it comes to the boxing department, it's all Tui.
Final round.
Well, we are ready to rumble in the third and final round, and I tell you what, Hammer, we'll be talking about legends all night. The living legend Dave Hedgecock, the legendary Alex Tui, and let's welcome another legend to the microphone, Mr. Bob Jones. How are you, Bob?
Good morning, Michael. Mark, good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Fantastic to be here. Hey, Chief, how is it? Alex Tui back in Century.
Yeah, mate.
All this travelling, Chief, has sent your timing out, mate. You've been doing your Aussie tour, promoting the book, Let the Good Times Roll.
I've just done 30 cities in Portugal. That's why I said good morning, good evening.
Unbelievable.
I don't know how you do it.
Yeah, the Chief's body clock is thrown right out. He's been one busy man, and Alex Tui being busy in centre ring. Brad Hull trying to line up the good night Irene with the knees, tags him with the left hand. Tui just doing a bit of a chicken dance backwards. Inside thigh kick,
a bit of a low one there from Dodgy. Dodgy realised
I could feel that one, Hammer.
Yeah, he sent that one low.
Chief, Alex Tui, you saw him when he was just a youngster back in his old kickboxing days.
He used to fight on my shows, and I used to promote 15, 20 years ago.
Unbelievable. And he's still going strong here tonight. Look at the physique on Alex Tui, Bob.
He's cut up, isn't he? Rick Kooler's in his corner. Rick Kooler was the first Commonwealth champion.
And Tui first world champion.
Yes, sir.
For Australia. So
break, stop back.
Legends all round here tonight.
Bob Jones, of course, the man who introduced kickboxing to Australia. And don't forget to grab a copy of his new book, Let the Good Times Roll. The good times are rolling and centering at the moment for Alex Tui. He is in control of this fight, Hammer.
He certainly is, but take nothing away from Dodgy. He's working pretty solidly.
Well, Brad Hull.
He's endeavouring to get as much of the grapple on as he can because he knows that's his strength. But when it's in boxing range or in punching range, Tui is showing his dominance.
Yes, I'd take my hat off to Brad Hull if I had a hat. And Alex Tui just controlling this fight, third and final round. And Tui might just be doing enough to get through to the semi-final, where he will face the chopper, Shane Chapman. Bob, great to see the middleweights now coming into the K1 arena with K1 Max.
For them, yes. And Alex Tui's walking the fight up all night. I don't know if the spirit's here for the finals, though. Some of these early quarterfinals are going to be really tough finals. This does not bring the best out of Alex, so he's got a lot better. This fight hasn't brought it out of him.
Just a controversial decision in my eyes. Cenk Behik and Prince Amir. How did you score that deciding round?
Even before the final, I thought Prince Amir would have taken it with the compulsory 8 count in the third round. That's why I was surprised with the draw again.
But with the draw, I did score it Behik's way on that deciding round. So a little bit of controversy there on that last round.
That's good for the sport, a little bit of controversy, especially for the viewers at home.
I remember you once said to me, Chief, all publicity is good publicity. So
Mick Jagger said that to me sometime. It's better to be on the front page telling the lie than the back page telling the truth.
Comments from the founder of Aussie Kickboxing, the Chief, Bob Jones, ringside. With myself, Michael Chevallo, and the hammer, Mark Castaneda. Beautiful left hand.
Again from Tui.
Bang by Tui.
Drilled that one home nicely. Did Alex.
The old fella's still got it, Hammer.
Well, you can call him an old fella, Michael. I call him the seasoned athlete.
Not to his face, I'm not going to.
Okay.
He's walked this fight up at the whole 3 rounds, hasn't he? He hasn't taken a step back.
He's shown his toughness.
Well, there it is, into the third and final round of action. Chief, you've got to give that one to Alex Tui.
Definitely walked it up the whole time, for the whole 3 rounds.
Hammer Alex Tui is back and he's going to go up against Chopper Chapman. How do you see that one?
Certainly the sentimental favourite, Alex Tui. You'd have to give that last round to him, as the Chief Bob Jones said. Walked it up all the way, landed some good shots, especially that lead left. I tell you what, he drilled that one home.
He's going to have to pick up for the semi-finals, though, I think. Alex did well then. You know, he's getting his eye back, so I hope he can pick up another level, because the first quarter-finals were brilliant fights, and when they come back to the semis, they're going to be twice as tough again.
Well, Alex, if he does progress through, will be up against a very, very sharp Shane Chopper Chapman, and he will have his work cut out for him in that battle.
Beautiful technique as well by Alex Tui, Bob. He sort of brought the old style in up with the new style as well.
There's a straight left. Just looking at the replay here, see Tui just landing that straight left all the time. Outside leg kick, drilling that one home to the thigh of dodgy Brad Hull. And there's that straight left. You've got to love that. Step straight into it. But Dodgy really holding his guard way too low for someone with sharp hand skills like Alex Tui. So,
Alex Tui seemed happy to work the hands and the legs. He didn't work the knees much in this fight.
Well, he's still got it, Chief, and especially look at the handiwork on him. He dropped Brad Hull with a straight left, also with a straight right. He rocked him.
Yeah, the whole fight he was very set. His balance was fine. It looked to me like he was trying to find his mark to get back into the fight game. You know.
Certainly, and Cenk, good to have you here.
Cenk Behik just sitting behind us. Hey, Cenk, a bit hard done by against the Prince there.
I was confident to go through to the next fight and against Mike Cope. Unfortunately, it happened, the judge's decision, and just can't wait to be back in again. It feels good after having nearly 2 years break, and I felt good with the knees for the first time. So,
congratulations, mate, on a strong return, and I give that last round to you, mate. So, hey,
thank you very much.
What can I say?
The great white shark, Jink Bay, joining us ringside. Let's go across to Andy Raymond.
We go to the judges' scorecard for the final quarter-final. We have a unanimous points decision. Judge Burstwhistle scores the bout 30-28. Judge Corrie 30-27. Judge Bullner 30-27. For your winner and semi-final bound, Alex Toohey.
Well, there was never any question about it. The legend Alex Toohey goes through to the semi-finals. The Chief, Bob Jones, thank you very much for joining us. And Chief, good luck with Let the Good Times Roll.
Good, thank you very much.